I just found out that my half-sibling is my full biological sibling and I don't know how to move on. Hello, my 25F parents divorced when I was 3. They just didn't think they loved each other anymore and started dating other people. My mom got married after 2 years when I was 5 and gave birth to my half-brother 2 years after that. My father married when I was 11, but they didn't have any kids. I live with my mom on workdays and live on weekends with my dad. I have a very good and healthy relationship with both parents and my brother. I wanted to do those 23andMe tests since the only thing I know about my ancestry is that my dad is Russian. I was talking to my now 18-year-old brother and asked him if he wanted to do it with me, and he said yes, so I sent 2 samples to the lab and the results came yesterday and I opened them, and as the title says, we are full biological siblings. I can't be my stepfather's child because my ancestry obviously indicates that I am half East European, Russian, and other parts of Europe, which my stepfather clearly isn't, and my half-siblings, well, now full sibling I guess, ancestry is similar to my ancestry. So that could only mean that my brother is my dad's son? I really don't see the similarity between him and my dad, but maybe it's because my brother is a twin of my mom. So my mom cheated on my stepfather with my dad after saying that they didn't love each other anymore. What? But I don't want to jump into conclusions, and I will ask my mom about this today when I get out of work, so wish me luck. Update. I wanted to say that I really appreciate your support and I would like to answer some questions before I continue. Yes, my father is my biological dad, not just because he is Russian, but because we have taken a DNA test for another thing, not because my dad thought I wasn't his, so get it out of your head, and he is actually the best dad ever. No, mom didn't cheat on my dad in their relationship. My stepfather is very Italian with the accent and everything. Both me and my brother don't have a speck of Italian in the results. His mother would come from Italy and visit us. No, there is no third shooter. Now let's go to the actual update. Me and my mom have this tradition: we spend the evening together like a girls' night every once in 2 months. I asked her if we could do it tonight. It's 2 a.m. currently, so it was technically yesterday, and she said yes. I got to her home and we did what we usually do. Bake something, eat the baked something while watching a movie of my choice, and talk about things while wearing a weird facial mask. I decided that since the mood is so cool, why not ask her the question? I was like, hey mom, you know about those 23andMe tests, right? She didn't, so I started giving a speech about the test. After explaining it, I told her I did it with Jordan, my brother, and it came out weird. She asked what I meant by weird. I told her that the test said that we are fully related to one another, and I kinda laughed, but she stayed quiet. It was wrong, right? I asked her. She got angry at me and asked why I did the test with my brother without asking her first. That's when the realization hit me. I got defensive and asked her if she was serious. She apologized and just sat there for a minute or two. She told me that it was a one-time mistake. So basically 19 years ago, I was in my dad's home napping. Mom came to take me, but I was sleeping, and dad told her that she could cone later and take me or stay and pack my things before I left her home. She stayed and they ended up doing the dirty, I guess. Don't let anyone tell you that sleeping doesn't save lives, 'cause it created my brother's ul. I was pissed at mom and dad and asked her how she could do that. She said that it was an accident and they have never done it after that day, and she didn't even know that my brother was my dad's until now. I was angry at both of them. They don't understand how much of a problem this could create. My brother literally had a fat crush on my cousin from my dad's side. Well, now our dad, I guess. But it faded away. Jesus Christ, I even helped him flirt with her. Shit, I don't even know what to say. I am still too shocked and disgusted. Jordan literally spent years learning Italian just to speak to his grandma. I think I need a proper DNA test without my brother knowing to get some kind of closure. Edit. I have called my boss and said that I can't come tomorrow. I have also called my dad and asked if we could meet so both of my parents talk, and so I could convince him to give a sample for the DNA test. Relevant comments. Does OOP's stepfather believe he's Jordan's father, and if he was told of the DNA results? OOP. Yes, he thinks he is his dad, and no, we didn't. Commenter. Wow, what a bombshell. It's understandable that you're feeling shocked and disgusted. This revelation changes everything, and it's going to take some time to process. Commenter. I am sorry your family is going to be forced to deal with the one-time mistake your mom and dad made. I am sorry your brother and his dad, the man who raised him, are the ones who are going to pay for it the most. To learn your mom cheated is hard. But to learn your son is not yours and your wife cheated with her ex is going to destroy him. To learn your dad is not your bio dad because your mom cheated is going to destroy your brother. I know you OP feel this is hard for you, but it is going to be so much harder for your brother. Stick together and hold tight to your relationship. Update number 2. This is going to be a long update, but here we go I guess. A lot has happened since I last updated. I have talked to my dad and mom and we told him about everything and he reacted like any middle-aged Russian guy with crippling anger issues and has worked for a sketchy Russian organization that starts with a K and ends with B and may or may not have G in the middle would react. If you work for the CIA and are reading this is a joke. Well, at least the KGB part. He was angry, a bit sad and pissed at mom, thinking she hid the fact that he is the father on purpose because she didn't want to end her already done for marriage and things were heated between them. Okay, I need you to imagine this: a 5 feet 5 inches woman slapping a 6 foot something angry dude, because that's what happened between my mom and my dad. I got between them before my dad returned the slap, and it took a lot of talking and screaming to calm things down between dad and mom, but mom left after a while of not agreeing. It was a shit show. Once mom left, I asked dad if he can give a sample for the DNA test, and he agreed. I took brother's sample in a rather questionable way, but I did the job. The test came back on Tuesday, and yes, Dad is Jordan's biological father. I told my mom that it's time to tell Jordan and that we can't hide this from him. She was against the idea, but I did what I had to do. I called him and asked if he could come to my house if he doesn't have classes. He agreed and came to my apartment yesterday. He got in and asked me if everything was all right. I told him that stepfather wasn't his real dad and showed him the results of the DNA test. I guess I kinda shoved it in his face. He didn't say anything for a few minutes and just kept looking at the DNA test. I sat beside him. I didn't know what to do in this situation. I hugged him and asked him if he was okay. He hugged me back and said that he was all right, but it was so obvious that he was going to cry. He told me that he kinda knew that stepdad wasn't really hi dad, and I was like, excuse me. In my mind, of course. So basically his blood type is AB. Mom has same blood type as him and stepdad had a plus, which is a fact I didn't know. You guys see what's wrong here, right? I can't explain what's wrong, so Google it, I guess. But Jordan didn't know who his real father was, so he was shocked when he found out that dad was also his dad. I asked him why he didn't say anything till now. He said that he didn't want to face the truth. I asked him if he wanted stepdad to know, and he wasn't really fond of this idea. He stayed in my house yesterday, and I guess he is fine for now, but what's been bothering me is that mom is not dumb. Okay, stepdad may be a little bit dumb, but mom isn't that dumb to not notice it. She is calling both of us, but I guess it's not the right time for another argument. Comments. Commenter 1. If you told half-brother because he had a right to know, you have to know that your stepdad has a right to know, right? Everyone in his family can't lie to him. Can't hide this. Not to mention, there's no way the three of you have that good of a poker face and can get through the holidays without either coming clean or telling a lot of lies. OP. I am sorry, but my stepfather isn't my dad. He may be Jordan's dad, but not mine. Stepdad literally tolerated my existence because of my mom, and no, I wasn't a bitter kid, nor was I angry because he married mom. I was literally 5. Me and him never had any type of bond or relationship between us, and the hatred is the only thing we have in common. Mom and dad are actually very good parents. She didn't treat me differently from my brother, and she has been there through thick and thin. Even if she married stepdad, she never let him treat me badly.